Freckles Show. Spreaker.com/Freedom Freckles. Facebook, Freedom Freckles. Now, honestly, I didn't want to really get on here. Actually, no, I didn't. I was thinking I might have to start off my, it's not really a show, it's called the Freedom Freckles Show, but it might as well be 30 minutes of some type of diary, because the plan is that at some point, if I get into trouble with the law or society does collapse and they start going around trying to pick up people, maybe if something happens and I do something, they're going to look at this show and say, oh, look, he was making this really, really stupid little shitty show, and look at all the racist, bigoted things he was saying on there. He's a crazy extremist, and, you know, he blah, 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 blah. And while we're on the subject, this occurred to me the other day after the crazy, well, they say a crazy black woman with a kid in the car was shot trying to ram her way into the White House, or whatever the situation was. My personal opinion on that is that it was one of Obama's baby mamas, and she pulled up to the White House or wherever she was at, and they said, "What are you doing?" You know, like a good, you know, public official would. They're servants. They get paid by our taxpayer money, but they walk around acting like they're hard asses, because we all know what most cops are. You know, they used to be, you know, people out to do good and to protect the, you know, community and blah blah blah. But now they're just thugs these days. You know, talk about brown shirts. But we all know who they were. They were probably some, you know, chunky jock loser in high school who got injured and hurt his knee or something playing, you know, JV football, and it ruined his entire life, and he couldn't get any scholarships, and that was his dream, to play football, blah, yada, yada, yada. Probably has a chip on his shoulder for the rest of his life, wants to go into law enforcement and boss people around, point a gun, point a taser, threaten people, intimidate people, you know, act all tough just because that's where they get their kicks from. And so I'm going to say right now, it is the 10th day of October 2013, that if I am pulled over, I will be as polite as possible. I know my rights. I know my Fourth Amendment rights. I mean, I don't know they don't matter anymore to a lot of people. However, I do know my rights. I will take the ticket if I was speeding. Any seatbelt violation, any lights out, anything like that. However, I plan on only rolling down my window about 6 to 8 inches to hand them my proof of insurance, my registration, and my driver's license. I will not be allowing them to search my car without a warrant or without probable cause. And probable cause doesn't mean that because I refuse, that's probable cause, okay? Yes, I also do have a paraphernalia charge on my record, but it has been expunged, so that's also not probable cause. But I'm just going to say that I won't threaten them in any way. I won't become violent in any way. I will not assault, abuse, or what do you want to call it? Shouldn't be doing this on live radio. Provoke them in any way, shape, or form, for them to taser me, to shoot me, to arrest me, and to beat me up. I will not have a gun in my car. I will not have a knife in my car. I will not have any weapon whatsoever inside of my vehicle. And I'm stating this live on air, even though maybe only a couple of people are watching, listening, should I say. However, I want it to be put on the record all over the internet right now, saved somewhere on a cloud server, that I intend to know my rights, to express my rights, and to do everything that the officers say within reason. Speaking of which, I think we're actually up to 300 total listens, or maybe it was 230, whatever, of people listening. So I know it's not just the same one person listening all the time, unless they keep reloading and refreshing, and they've done that 240 times. Anyways, just thought I'd get that off my chest.
I'm back, and I'm better than ever. Got a knack for making things better. Face facts, 'cause your opinion don't matter. This a maniac is gonna step on whomever.
I'm not a maniac, but I will step on people because... Well, I'll only step on people that decide that they think it's a good idea to tread on me, even though I do wear a yellow "Don't Tread on Me" hat everywhere. I've got a "Don't Tread on Me" flag. No, it's not the Tea Party. No, it's not the right-wing conspiracy. You know what? I was about to get into something about people at my job. Not the job itself, but just things I've observed since I worked at my new job 3 weeks now. But most people, when they listen to this, or when they listen to me talk, when they have a conversation with me, just because they say, "Oh, you're so anti-Obama, you're so anti-Democrat, you're so anti-liberal, you're so anti-gay, and so anti-immigrant, and so you must be a Republican, you must be a conservative." No, you see, the fact is, if I was going to say that I'm anything, it would be a intelligent, independent, strong-willed, open-thinking person that believes in the constitutional republic that was founded 250 odd years ago. That's where I stand. You know what? And let's run down a list. LGBT. Don't care. Whatever you do in your bedroom, in private, has nothing to do with me whatsoever. But when you start trying to indoctrinate little kids, when you start trying to make everybody else out to be bigots and homophobes because they don't agree with your sexual lifestyle, when you get your protest all over the place, when you're allowed to have, you're allowed to, of course, under the First Amendment, but when you purposely put your gag balls in your mouth and your leather chains on, or your leather on, and your chains on, and your studs on, and your, and you wax your whole body as man, and you walk, I don't need it in my face all the time. Not every single day of every single fucking minute of every single hour, every single day of every single month, every single year, every single century. Every once in a while, gay pride parade, great. However, and this, the same with immigration. I have said before, I am a legal immigrant. It took me 7 years to be able to work. It took me 7 years to be able to apply for financial aid or for Pell Grants. I mean, of course, there's other ways of doing it. If I'd have gone onto some government website, I could probably found a way for me to get all this stuff. All I have to do is, go vote Democrat, or do some volunteer work with some liberal crazy, or this or that, or get some, some bleeding heart liberal to sponsor me, or whatever it could be. But then again, I'm not a minority. I have white skin. So it probably wouldn't have worked out very well for me. But no, it took me a long time. So my problem with illegal immigration isn't simply the fact that I don't like Mexicans. That's what most people say. "Oh, you just don't like Mexicans." Well, no, that's not the case at all. I'll get into Latinos in a little bit, though. But I don't like the fact that some people have $10, $11, $12 an hour jobs, and that some companies are going to be bastards enough to want to fire that person, be able to pick up a Mexican person or a Latino, or an illegal immigrant, let's put it that way, an illegal immigrant, but most of them are from Mexico, to come here and take that job for $8.50. You say, "Oh, well, why not? If they want to save money, that's totally within the right." Yeah, but that's not the thing. It's the scam, you see. And I've gone through this before. If you pass a certain threshold of annual income, you can't qualify for food stamps, government assistance, public assistance, certain housing development, all the freebies that Santa Claus and Obama is willing to give out to everybody. Some people don't want to make a lot of money. They'd rather work 20, 25 hours a week for $8.50, not past the $12,500 annual income bracket or whatever it is. I can't actually access that now because of the crippling government shutdown. I can't actually access the USDA website and actually go and go through the whole unemployment effort right now just to see what it is. When you put in your personal information, it tells you what you can and can't qualify for. I, of course, qualify for nothing. I work 50 hours a week. I don't have any kids. I don't have any dependents. I don't have any addictions, and I'm not a minority, either national minority, racial minority, and or sexual minority. So I qualify for nothing at the end of the day. But that's and people don't think that's a scam. And then you see all the deductions, all the illegals put on there, and just the simple fact that you can even hire illegals that's what I'm totally against. So I not only covered two of them. I don't want to get off on a topic, but I will get off into this now because this actually relates to something at work. Well, actually, let's get off this. I am tired, okay? I am sick and tired of seeing these people with these shit-eating grins on their faces. And it's mostly women. And yes, I'm not a big fan of women. Obviously, I criticize them a lot. But overall, men these days are absolutely disgusting. You know, they're basic, primitive Neanderthals that love their cars and they love their beer and their food and their football or their sports ball or whatever ball's being put wherever. They're all about it. It's embarrassing to be a male these days. But women, they have something called the menstrual cycle, okay? And then they also go through whatever it is after 40, post-menstrual, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, so there's a lot of drugs out there. I've been over the prescription drug thing before, but some of them are these SRIs, the serotonin reuptake inhibitors. And I've never taken one, but I've seen plenty of people that do. And this is pretty much what it does to them. They take the pill, they walk outside, and they go, "Oh my God, look at the clouds, they're so beautiful. I've never really known how beautiful the clouds are before. And oh my God, there's a sunset and a stream and some leaves and the grass. Look how the wind blows the grass in so many different ways. I never realized how beautiful the world is without these pills before." And then they start dancing around and jumping around in their stupid little frilly frock dresses, and they're like 45, 50-year-old women. And they think that everything's totally okay now because they took their little pill, and it turns them into like 15-year-old girls, all of them. And I see it at work. We've got a bunch of people, okay, and it doesn't matter where you go. Okay, it doesn't matter where you go. Apparently, everywhere I apply to now, I'm the only person that didn't just get out of jail, didn't just get out of rehab, or didn't just end up getting out of jail, getting out of the halfway house, and now living in some government-ran condominium for a bunch of people. But these women are all from a facility, right? Let's just run through them. The first one, I don't know any of their names, and I honestly don't. I've worked there 3 weeks. I couldn't care less, because I'll tell you why. One of them, short-haired, butchy little dyke-looking thing, doesn't really talk much, but thinks she's not a fat dyke. Let's just say it. She doesn't want to admit that. Number two, another one of these walking, talking, laughing pear people, okay? I went to them yesterday. And she's got the tattoo on her neck and a tattoo on her wrist. And she's the one who also... And they're always wearing those stupid Lycra pants where they have just the flat ass and they're just the thunder thighs and the big-ass calves and the little glittery belt that goes with it and then the stupid top. It's probably just a plain t-shirt most of the time, but I have to look at that disgusting body, and it just, of course, I said it offends me. The other one, first one is probably about 40, 45. She looks like just a complete former crack addict and whatever. No, and these people are all from the facility. I don't know what their story is, why they got out of the facility, but they're obviously degenerates. I know people don't like me to say, well, Ben, they maybe had some unfortunate circumstances in their life, and you're going to criticize them for that. Yeah, of course I am, because I've never been to jail. I've never been to prison. I've never walked out on my kids, on my husband, or my wife, or anybody. I don't have any of that stuff. So if you expect me to empathize, or I guess it'd be more to show apathy towards these people when I don't have any clue where they're coming from, that's completely ridiculous. So I'm supposed to say, yo, Ben, you don't understand what it's like to have a kid and the trials and the tribulations. No, I don't. I can understand that it hurts. I can understand that it might be, affect you in a different way. But I'm not going to completely agree with every one of your life decisions based on the fact that you've done something that I haven't done. Because I'd have probably done it a completely different way. And most people just use their kids for cover anyways. And I'll get to that in a second. I'm going to get to lots of things in a second. But the third one, no. And she always has the stupid little... it's not a cardigan, but it's like the button-up blazer type thing made of cotton for women, and always got her stupid, disgusting, cleavage hanging out. But it's not really cleavage. Like, cleavage is like where you actually have boobs, and the boobs kind of overflow out the shirt. This is purposefully pushed up, pushed in, squeezed together titties, and they're bronze, and they're wrinkly, and they're scabby, and they're just absolutely disgusting. And she shows them off. I know it's only because she wants to show them off to the 35 to 40-year-old dirty Mexicans, Latinos, I guess, that I work with at the place. That's all it's about. And she flirts with them, and then there's a black guy that works there too, and they always want to hit on the black guy, because, you know, the black guy's got the big cock, right. But the third one's the one that's probably on the pills. Okay, these fucking serotonin reuptake inhibitors. It's Ambien, I think they call it, or is that the sleep one? But whatever it is, you know, I'd walk up to her. It's 6:30 in the morning, and, "Hi, Ben! How are you?" "Oh, I'm doing fine." "That's wonderful. Are you ready for a great day of work today, Ben?" "Oh, okay." I mean, it's I can't believe that, and everything is just, "Oh my God, it's so wonderful. I didn't realize I had this shitty husband and I had these shitty kids for such a long time, and then I went to prison or jail, and then I went to this facility, and then I found God, and then I found these pills, and oh my God, I'm a reborn human being to where nothing can affect me. Nothing will affect my mood unless I purposefully want it to. But I'm just so happy and wonderful all day long, and nothing can affect me because I've got a job, and I'm responsible now." I mean, these people are retards, and it just blows me away that and they're dancing, and they're all little girls having a little girl fun, and it's like, "Oh boy, stay away! This is girl time. We're having girl time at work."
Viva la raza!
Ay, Simone ese vato.
We cheat, we steal. We lie, we cheat, we steal. Mamacita, we got that passion that's lasting long. Dos mujeres fall in love with that Latin charm. One woman isn't enough, amigo. Siempre cogiendo más mujeres porque somos latino. And we tougher than tough, calling your bluff, cuz. We lie, we cheat, we steal. We lie, we cheat, we steal. We don't care if you like us. Everybody wants to fight us. Hey, óyelo claro, we ain't the ones you wanna meet. Hay nada más caliente.
Oh no, Ben's about to explode on the Latinos. Oh, so sad. Anyways, no, but what I want to say is, okay, so I won't tell you what my job is yet, but let's just say I walk around to a bunch of different stations, and whatever's going on at the station, I pick up, do something with, and then take it somewhere, okay. And every one of them is a Latino woman that does it, except for one, like, half Asian, half Latino guy who has, like, the stupidest tribal he doesn't matter. But anyways, and so there's this one, and I've seen this before because I used to actually date a Latino girl way back in the day. And one thing I've noticed about Latino women is that they fucking absolutely hate white people, white men, for example. I'm talking, you know, straight over the border Latino women, not ones that are like, you know, 1/4 whose like grandparents came here illegally and actually have some American in them. It's the look that they give you is almost, at least to me, because they're not going to be able to walk over. I think that's the look. After 2 minutes of talking to me, I think they understand this, like, oh no, you know, he might be a nice guy, but I know he's not gonna want to take care of my kids. Oh yeah, you know, I know, you know, he won't be, he's not gonna, you know, buy me a car or let me borrow the car. He's not gonna want to hang out with any of my legal friends who ain't no speaking no English. You know, and so I know for a simple fact they don't, for them, one, and then you see them like their boyfriend or somebody come to, or brother or whoever, or their, you know, Latino guy friend, they scowl at you too, because it's like, oh, you're talking to my Latino friend that's a girl here, but I've got a buddy called Hector back in Nicaragua, man, or, you know, in El Paso, or Mexico City, or Juarez, or somewhere, and he wants to come to America, man, and you can't be stealing, my girl, man, because he gonna come over, he wanna marry her, so he can stay here and have the kid with her, man. You see, we gotta keep all the Latino, we gotta keep La Raza to ourselves, man, because we got people that wanna come over the border, so he come over the border, my boy Hector come over, and he have sex with her, and she have a kid, and he can stay, man. The government not gonna kick him out, man. That's the same thing for, the guys is probably, the guys are over here. Well, we all know why white people get the Latino girls most of the time, because they're probably illegal, or they've got somebody in their family that is illegal, and it's like, oh, I could just sucker this guy into buying me shots of, Cuervo or something, and he'll just, oh, he has sex with me, man, and, I'll take him back, and he'll get me pregnant, and then I can stay, and then I can be all like, oh, my grandmama, she loved the kid, she loved little Chavito, and so, she has to stay now, or my whole family has to stay because I got this stupid puto bandero gringo to make me pregnant, and, I get benefits now. You see, I get benefits. And so it can work either way. They get some fucking gringo boy to, fuck them, and then they get to have a kid, and it's all good. They get benefits, don't have to work anymore. Stupid white boy can go out and work. She can spend time with all, her family, or the other way around. Save themselves for somebody else. Somebody comes on, hey, Vanessa, I got a buddy, got a Hector. He want to come here, and he could come, but he won't be able to stay. Oh, sí, señor. He come here. We have sex. I have kid. He can stay. That don't make sense. Arriba, yes, sí, Simón ese vato. Yeah, that's a good plan. Yeah, it's a great plan. Oh, well, that's enough ranting for you, I suppose. Let's enjoy a song.
You and I in a little toy shop, buy a bag of balloons with the money we've got, set them free at the break of dawn, till one by one they were gone. Back at base, box in the software, flash the message, something's out there, floating in the summer sky. 99 red balloons go by. It's all over and I'm standing pretty in
that is a good song. Don't we all like that one? Anyways, yep. Wasn't a lot of politics today. Not a lot of facts. Not a lot of anything. Just a bunch of ranting. But that's all it's going to be some days. And today I've only got 4 minutes left. So I think I'm going to read the lyrics to a song to you. Are you ready? Your mind tells you that you've lost your confidence. You're drifting and you don't believe in anyone. To lose what little you had left to be proud of. You're afraid you can't do this again. You said that nothing can come in between us. The way of getting things we wanted done. Then anisophobia held you under its influence until you compromised your style. Everything about you has been one big charade. What will you do now that the well has run dry? Cry? To sell out all your friends and to stab them in the back? It's something that you are. It's something that I'm not. When you force me into doing what you love, mark my words, no one loves you very much. And when you tried to change me and tried to replace me, I couldn't end up but hating you. Being a fraud can only last so long, and you should know. To what you sense as a child returns, you little baby. To choke out the voice that told you money and fame would fill the crater you dug for yourself. Unlike you, I'm no vision to myself, lest you forget. You didn't ever make metal, buddy. Metal made you. To crush and run over every one along the way. It's something that you are. It's something that I'm not. A stranger to yourself. Ha! You've pissed me off again. I won't be driven by your needs anymore. What you'd become to do or be, it's clear for me to see. It's something that you are. It's something that I'm not. It makes me sick to hear you say you love me. I know you can only love what I can do for you. And if you were the one that was leading the charge, would you notice if I missed a day or two? But that's impossible. We all laughed at the parodies that you've become. Now your pain slowly paid back has begun. So accept my resignation, or in your words, betrayal, before it gets much worse. End this self-sabotage. Something that I'm not. Something that you are. Something that I'm not. By the way, that was Something That You Are by, of course, Megadeth. Yes, lots of Megadeth. That goes out to everybody that thinks that they're the shit, when they're actually really not. Lying, cheating, stealing, conniving, backstabbing people that you are. You know who you are. Hey, I've done my fair share of it myself a long time ago. But I realized that karma's a bitch. And what comes around goes around. And what goes around comes around. And that's one thing that all these communist, liberalist assholes need to realize. That you might have your day in the sun right now. That you might have everything going your way. But when it all crashes down, and you break your crown, and then you point your finger, but there's no one around. Just one more thing. Just to play the king. And your castle crumbles. And you're left with not a thing. Where's your crown, motherfucker? Where's your crown, Obama? King nothing. And I will be back tomorrow. And I will actually have some political stuff, some world event stuff, and all of that. Truth is, I just woken up from a nap and I just wanted to yell at things.